Hello everybody and welcome. Today we got a very nice and solid build with a little bit of variations to it. Thanks to Twitch chat over at Twitch TV/ZeMnouS. We sat there and came up with 3 different variations of this Rampage longsword build that we will be sitting there and showcasing today. The build's extra spicy. We have like a ton of just like comfort pieces. I prefer playing with, as you guys see, the higher sharpness values that that we tend to have with the weapon itself. Overall, such a good solid build. As you guys can see, I'm also fairly rough at sitting there and getting my evasion with the good old parry, so I am still fairly weak to longsword parrying, for example. It's something I need to get better with the weapon, because if I do get better with that, this build could even push really decent times in hunts. As you see, we're just sitting there fighting a Royal Luteroth. It's something that I needed to have for Crown, because I'm missing that. And well, right now in Monster Hunter Rise, unless you're fighting in the hardcore challenge, there's not much to do outside of crown farming or sitting there and dying to a monkey to get your charms. I really hope they sit there and put in an event quest for that, but we're not here for that. We're here for the build. The build overall, we're sitting there and utilizing its very high sharpness values, with the simple fact of it being a Rampage weapon. Not only can we make it look cool, as you see me having the Guardian version of the Guardian longsword, but also it's sitting there and dealing a fair bit of high damage. I was very surprised that we were able to push a decent consistent amount of damage with this build, due to the simple fact of needing like so much towards sharpness just to get to the levels that we're at. You know, it comes to a great surprise of just what you can pull off with sharpness in Monster Hunter Rise. It's just overall a super fun and solid time. Outside of me rambling, which I tend to do, I'm trying to figure out these. There are 2 variations of the build. The 2 variations will end up showing and showcasing as well. It does tend to drop sharpness for just more damage, so if you guys don't care for the amount of sharpness that we have at current, you guys can sit there and go for the higher damage variations, depending on where you're comfortable with sharpness levels. You can't do anything like run something like Master's Touch, for example, because we just don't have enough crit with this, and it's just not something I would do or take within crit, so do keep that in mind. But with all that, let's sit there and show you how the builds go. Before we hop into exactly what the build is, here is the Transmog that we are using, which I definitely do thoroughly enjoy. This is just a very solid Transmog, so there is that for you guys. And finally, without further ado, there is one thing I'm going to go into, and that is for newer longsword players. Do keep in mind, once you get a full blade, doing a faded slash straight into your spirit combo is gonna sit there and give you a more reduction towards your bar, so you will save more and start to get higher spirit, like just higher overall charges towards your spirit blade. So do keep that in mind. But with all that, let's break down the piece of resistance. We are rocking 200 and 68 attack with our good old Rampage longsword, 30 affinity, and 503 defense. This defense actually is fairly solid, but depending on which 3 of the builds you're playing, it could vary for all of this. So do keep in mind the one that I'm the one that I will be showcasing the most is my preferred way of playing. With that, our switch skills are draw double slash, spirit round slash combo, and soaring kick. Soaring kick I really prefer. I really like the fact of helm splitter being a thing that you're able to use your bar for. I'm not too much a fan of Sakura slash, but longsword mains can comment down below on which they prefer and why they prefer it. I don't know specifics on matchups because, well, I'm not a longsword main. Finally, our skills are going to require attack boost level 4, handicraft level 4, weakness exploit level 3, quick sheath level 3, speed sharpening level 3, protective polish level 2, stun resistance level 2, and flinch free level 1. Max might, botanist, and normal slash rapid do nothing for us, and that's just what we ended up having. With the pieces specifically, we got Kushala Glare Helm, Baroth Mail S, Rathalos Braces S, Anjaneth Coil S, Damascus Greaves, and we'll go into the Talisman right after we sit there and show the Rampage skills. For Rampage skills, we have sharpness type 1. This is so that way we can push it into that white sharpness to get our juicy white sharpness values. We're sitting there and rocking non-elemental boost, and we're rocking affinity surge. Overall, this is pretty much going to be a staple for bladed weapons in a nutshell with Rampage gear, so it's going to be really hard to sit there and look at it and be like, oh yeah, we could make 14 different Rampage videos. Not the case here. And now let's sit there and look at the Talisman. The Talisman is a quick sheath level 2, 2 level 2 deco slots with botanist level 1, and we do have weakness exploit and protective polish sitting in the two level 2 skills. This is kind of the bare requirement, is you need at least quick sheath level 2 plus 2 level 2 slots for your Talisman. Do keep in mind, if you have a quick sheath level 3, this changes a lot, and it could change even your chest piece, because we're using the chest piece for also quick sheath. So do keep that in mind. This could change a hell of a lot if you have a really good quick sheath Talisman. This is just what I had for at the time of recording. So yeah. Finally, we're just gonna go into what we have decoed in. For Kushala Dora Glare, we have speed sharpening level 1. For Baroth Mail S, we do have protective polish and 2 levels of stun resistance decoed in here. Rathalos Braces, we just have weakness exploit in here to sit there and finish that all off. Anjaneth Coil S, it's the usual weakness exploit with 2 levels of speed sharpening. And finally, the Damascus Greaves, just a good old flinch free to round all that off. With that, let's sit there and show you the last of it. The other 2 builds were pretty much done up by Twitch chat, so thank you for them. We do end up changing for this variation the boots. We end up changing out the Damascus Greaves for Ingot Greaves S. to instead give us attack boost level 6, weakness exploit level 3, quick sheath level 3, stun resistance level 3, speed sharpening level 3, crit eye level 2, handicraft level 2, protective polish level 2, and that's pretty much it. Keep in mind there is no flinch free in here, so if you're playing multiplayer, this could get a little rougher. I also didn't look into doing that, so you could, technically speaking, drop down stun resistance from level 3 to level 2 and just throw in a good old flinch free there. And the last one, again, we are switching out just the boots, but this time instead it's going to be the Hunter Greaves S for attack boost level 7, weakness exploit level 3, quick sheath level 3, stun resistance level 3, speed sharpening level 3. It's pretty much the same, roughly the same. It's just the fact that this one has less attack, but you're also getting more crit because you're getting crit at level 2 with the ingot greaves. So it depends on which you like more. If you like having a little bit more base crit plus weakness exploit, or you just rather just go full attack boost and not have to worry about it. Keep in mind too, this does suffer because we did this quickly on the fly on stream, so I would then still switch out one level resistant. English is hard. One value of stun resistance for flinch free in both these two builds, but these are definitely not how I play. I do not really care for the amount of attack that I have with this build. This build overall, I enjoy so much more sitting there and just going through, playing out with my high sharpness, just doing my thing, having a blast, and just enjoying longsword to its fullest. Sure, this might be considered the weeb weapon of Monster Hunter, but as I've said even in our Discord, we don't weapon shame around here. So what if you're a longsword man? You know, you want to sit there and have fun, then like by all means go for it. You know, this is a fantastic weapon in Rise. I really hope to see them just sit there and just smooth out a little bit of the things, and that specifically comes to the countering options. But I've rambled on long enough. Definitely thank you to anybody who's liked or subscribed. It definitely means a lot for this small channel. And until next time, just remember to stay comfy.